It is Kevan, Kenney, and I am inside the Hard Rock Artist Lounge right here at the Audacy Beach Festival in Fort Lauderdale Beach, Florida with Wheatus.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Thanks for stopping by, guys. Now,
Thanks
you
for
guys
having
are
us.
like not only one of the most anticipated acts on the bill, and I really do mean that because I don't think a lot of people get the chance to see you guys live, and it's nice that you did the Riptide stage today.
Yeah.
But you're also one of like the biggest fans here because I understand that you guys have just been seeing like everybody.
We don't get out a lot, and so there's so many of our personal fave bands on this bill: Jack and Muse and Phoenix and Dashboard, and just I could rattle them off, Mayday, and just we're running around this festival trying to see as many bands as we can. So it's like a vacation.
Yeah, some
for
friends
us.
and some just bands we love, and we just wanted to get to check them out. Yeah.
Well, I imagine there's got to be some element of like inspiration to that. You see all these bands that you love, and maybe you want to like, go home and create. And
Of course.
I'm curious, with the resurgence of course, Teenage Dirtbag, has that relit any fuse? Not that maybe it went out, but has it regenerated?
That thing just is like a cockroach that never dies, and we love that song, and it's like kind of a challenge to play properly, and we keep up on it. But that has become this thing where, we haven't had a record label since 2005 or a manager since 2005. So we're coming up on trying to make it to 20 years totally 100% independent. And the song does that work for us. The song is the sort of leads the way, And at first we thought that was like, well, that's going to be limiting and blah, blah, blah. And now it's not. Now it's something I could never have imagined. So it's like we're all on this roller coaster, and Dirtbag is just pulling the thing,
Totally.
And we're ready for anything like that because it's unpredictable and fun, and it just does the work.
And there's actually a new version of Dirtbag that I think just dropped this week with Kid Bookie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, explain
Yeah.
Kid Bookie because I wasn't that familiar, but it came out kind of
He's
cool.
a sort of like London-based, I guess you could say, trap, hip-hop, metal, cross-genre, defiant artist. And he's worked with Corey from Slipknot and a couple of other artists. And he's there's almost like nothing he can't do. He's got soulful vocals. He's got high harmony vocals. He's got screamo in there. He raps a nasty verse. And he approached me sort of with this genuine, like, I want to do a Dirtbag. And we've seen interpolations over the years, people doing different versions. Jax, the TikTok artist, did a version that we loved, and a couple of others out there. And I got him on the phone really fast, and he was like, this is when I said, suddenly he's singing it to me. And he's singing harmonies I'd never heard in my own head. And believe me, the three vocalists in this band have sung it just about every way that there is at this point, over 22 years. And I was just hooked. I was like, yeah, okay, whatever you need. And I sent him our masters, which we re-recorded because we have our own version now. The original masters from the first album are lost, the multi-tracks. So we made new ones. And that's the version, that's the recording that he used to make his interpolation. And I think it came out really hard.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
slamming. And I'm just stoked about it.
Yeah.
And then Rod Wave just interpreted it.
Rod Wave did a
did, yeah.
beautiful version.
Yeah.
How did that come about? Because I'm good friends with the Plain White T's.
Oh, really?
And we don't have to get into it now, but they had a very interesting situation with Rod Wave in terms of him interpolating their song. But did he approach you guys or?
Yeah, he came, his publishing company, suddenly I'm getting texts from somebody who got my number from somebody, and somebody from his publishing arm and his record label, and they sent me the version. It's this gorgeous, like almost lamented, like sad, soul thing. And I was instantly, same thing, like this was a more complete thought. This was already recorded. Kid Bookie hadn't recorded his yet when he reached out. And I was like, yeah. I was standing in an alley with Fat Tony on tour a few weeks ago, and I got the email and pressed play next to Tony. And Fat Tony, he's a sort of psychedelic, like pop, like
sounds
hardcore
awesome,
rapper.
though.
He came out on tour with us as our support act. We're good friends, and I played it for him right away. And he's like, "You got to do this. You got to say yes to this." And I was like, "Okay, I'm saying yes to it."
Oh, it
And
came out awesome.
So I approved the interpolation because it had its own heart,
Yeah, it took it in a whole new way,
Yeah.
which is kind of the beauty of the song,
Yeah.
And then I was curious, kind of an interesting question. there's so many people that know you guys for Teenage Dirtbag,
Yeah.
but obviously, fans of Wheatus, you guys have made incredible songs. I mean, for 20 some odd years now, as almost 20 as an independent act. If there's like somebody watching this right now that only knows Teenage Dirtbag, is there a Wheatus song you go, okay, we know you love that song, but you got to check out this song?
It depends on what you're into, but I would say Valentine, the title track off of our 6th studio album. That one is one of my favorites to play and sing live. We've
Lemonade.
done Lemonade is another one, which was from our second album.
second record, which was really not released and didn't have a single or anything like that. But it's become a fan. Like we can't play a show without Lemonade at this point. Like it's just as essential as Dirtbag as far as like our fans are concerned. So if you don't know that one, that's probably a good.
It's a good point.
track
I think
to check out.
it is a good, maybe valuable to go back and say we didn't fail to make a second record. The label refused to release it. That's a fact. That's like a hard fact, and they specifically refused to release it in America. So we were kind of like very, very sidetracked by that. And the song Matthew's mentioning was supposed to be the first single, and so off the second record, label didn't agree. They didn't like it. They dropped us and gave it back to me. We own the masters for our second record, which is pretty rare for a band that had a major label deal back in that day.
Yeah.
Which makes us the luckiest band on earth almost. And I feel like that song's in our top 5 on Spotify, Lemonade, and
It's been very good to us, and it's just come from us touring it and playing it for people, and it's become a big song for us just from sheer force of will.
just it's on its own.
Yeah.
Didn't have a video until it was 8 years old.
Wow.
So yeah, we're that band.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think we should add Break It, Don't Buy It and 14 to the list just in case anyone's
Okay,
paying
those
attention.
are those
Now
songs
we've got a
from-
whole EP.
That's right.
Yeah.
This is our EP.
Yeah.
Well, those are 4 to check out.
Yeah, these are
awesome.
the ones we're talking about. The ones we like playing live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Wheatus, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.